Are you looking for a superb reference book about podcasting? In this episode, I talk about my newest book, Podcasting Explained, which is now available globally through Amazon.
Podcast starts now.
I opened my email recently and read that ever so satisfying message from Amazon KDP. Your newest book is live and available for purchase. As a follow-up to Content Creation and Promotion, published earlier this year, Podcasting represents the second book in the series I call Explained. I embarked on podcasting during February of this year, and putting this book together really was a journey. So what inspired the book? Podcasting Explained is the latest installment in the podcasting series. This series looks at topics that aim to communicate, educate, inform, and guide. Podcasting is an extension of Content Creation and Promotion, the first book in the series, in the sense that a podcast is both a form of content as well as a medium in itself. So it is a promotional tool in addition to being a transmission of information and entertainment. As I explain in the preface of the book, I was 10 or 12 years of age when I unknowingly began what would become a lifelong passion in the presentation of content and information via audio, digital, and visual media. From radio and television training to webcasting, from audio blogging to podcasting. These were the means of getting the message out there to an intended audience. And the fact that the aforementioned converge in the world of podcasting was something too tantalizing for me to avoid as a topic for the book. So how is podcasting different from other forms of audio transmission such as ham or broadcast radio? There are more similarities than differences actually, and the book gets into those similarities as a recurring theme in a few chapters. The primary difference is that a podcast is born from the digital world and is a result of the convergence of technologies in that world. To date, the world of podcasting is not subject, at least to any similar degree, to government regulation or legislation, as both ham and broadcast radio are, and were from their respective inceptions. So is the surge in podcasting a result of social media? There certainly is a recent surge in the popularity of podcasts and podcasting. However, I wouldn't necessarily attribute that surge solely to social media. While social media has influenced how people consume content, on demand, and in niche formats and programming, these features existed in the world of podcasts even during the medium's very early years. What really changed everything and undoubtedly contributed to the surge is the smartphone and the mobility, as well as ease of access that this technology has engendered. An extension of that mobility is seen in voice assistants in our homes and in our cars. Streaming, of course, paved the way for ease of access to podcasts. In contrast to the very early years of podcasts, today everyone can access, download, listen to, and interact with podcasts through multiple platforms. More importantly, resulting advancements have enabled anyone with a smartphone to become a podcaster, a creator of audio content, since everyone today has the one essential tool at their fingertips, a microphone. So who should read this book? Well, this book encourages us to embrace and learn more about what came before the realities of today. It also advises that in order to get a handle on potential future developments, try to learn from the experiments of others, even if they were deemed popularly as failures and non-starters. Learn from each other and become inspired by the results. This thrust implies quite a broad audience, I realize. The breadth of that audience, however, is defined or narrowed by an interest or curiosity in podcasts and podcasting. The book is notable for so-called podcast veterans for whom a new perspective on an existing practice can be highly beneficial. Anyone interested in the realm of content creation and promotion will naturally find value in Podcasting Explained. I think an interesting segment of readers will come from the professional, corporate, and nonprofit worlds, which is also where I think we are going to see some of the bigger areas of growth in the industry. Any entrepreneur or small business person will find this book useful. And by small business person, Remember that a dental practice or a law practice, for example, is also a small business. It all starts with an idea to produce something, to offer a service, to create something, to recruit people for voting or membership purposes. Whatever the case, it's all content creation and promotion. Of course, anyone considering creating a podcast or moving from one line of work and into podcasting in some way represents a core audience to whom this book speaks. Visit stephenchristiansen.ca for more episodes. This podcast is available on all major streaming platforms including Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, and Stitcher. I'm Stephen Christiansen. Thanks for listening.
Production of Stephen Christensen. Podcast complete.